Here we go. Welcome to my Mortal Kombat 2021 movie review, spoiler free. I'm not going to spoil much of anything in this movie review today, and it came out last night. You guys can watch this on HBO Max like I did, or you guys can head to your local theaters if they're open, of course. And if you guys do, hopefully you guys stay safe, most importantly. But I think this is personally one of my favorite video game movies that they ever made, next to Sonic the Hedgehog. We already know that the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 sequel is on its way, and just from watching this beats the old 1990s sort of movie, the old classic that some of you guys may have watched. And for me, I think if you love Mortal Kombat, you know of the series, and you like video games, or just any sort of video game movie, or just games that become movies, it's really cool to see how the games that we love just get transformed into movies. And now we got games like Uncharted, and then Resident Evil that's coming out this summer for Netflix, hitting the Netflix series for their animated TV series, and then it's also going to become a movie later on in the year. So that's going to be really cool to see. So I just love seeing these type of games just really evolve. Our video games that we play and have fun with, and during these crazy times where you can have fun, get together with friends, and just have a blast, chat it up, and win or lose, you just have fun no matter what. So I like seeing these games just really just make that change and hit the big screen. So as far as Mortal Kombat goes, just talk about a little bit of the story a little bit. We're introduced with a different character. So when I first started watching this movie earlier today on HBO Max, it seems like I had a hard time trying to figure out what character or which particular fighter this character it seems to be. And come to find out, as you watch the movie all the way to the end, this is a new character named Kung-Lao, and he's supposed to be a part of, I'll just say, Scorpion's clan. But I'm not going to say anything else as far as that. But it's really cool to see all these different heroes and different fighters. And when you play the game, when you guys already know about the game series with all the different selection of characters you can play as, and whether it's an antagonist character or a protagonist character, it doesn't matter who you choose to play. You play whoever you want to, and when you go to watch this movie, you're going to be able to figure out who's who. You're going to see familiar faces, and people like Cole Young, who isn't in the video games at all. He's a brand new character for the story, and he's also the main character, who's basically the chosen one, I'll say. And it's tough for me to try to get more into the story. I want you guys to be able to experience it. I don't want to spoil it and give everything away. But you're going to see familiar characters. I'll just throw some of them out there. Some of the ones that you know and love, just like I mentioned, Scorpion. You're going to see Sub-Zero, and I'm sure some of you guys already watched the trailer and seen and picked up on some familiar faces, that some of your favorite fighters that you like to play as in the games, that are also going to be in this movie. Now, am I going to say who's not in the movie? I'm not going to tell you guys who didn't make it into the movie and some of the other characters you'll be able to see. I want you guys to see it for yourself this weekend, or whenever you guys have the spare time from your schedule to check out this movie, whether you want to go to the theaters or see it on HBO Max. But it's really well done. And with this, just going back into the story, Cole Young is just not only the chosen one, but he's supposed to be, he ends up meeting some other fighters and some other heroes from Earthrealm, or characters from the Earthrealm, and fighters. And the goal of this movie is basically to have them meet up and try to protect and save the world, to save Earthrealm, to keep Earthrealm from being taken over by the other characters. And I'll just throw out Shang Tsung and any other villains that you're going to be able to spot in this movie. So I'm not going to give that away. As much as I want to talk about it and just tell you guys how everything went down with the action and the gore and just the bloodiness you can see in the movie. And I'll just say this, there's going to be some fatalities. You're going to see some cool little fatalities that you'll recognize from the video games as well. Even one particular iconic fatality, which is one of my personal favorites, but I'm not going to get into that. You're going to be able to spot it yourself. And if some of you guys seen it before, let me know what you guys think of the movie without spoiling anything, of course. So it's basically just Cole Young and a group of fighters and other Earthbound warriors to just teaming up and meeting each other as the movie goes on, to team up and agreeing to help each other out and fight for Earthrealm to take on Shang Tsung and the others to stop him from taking over Earthrealm. But that's basically the whole story, the whole plot of this movie. And I'll just say this is definitely not going to be the end. That's all I'm going to say. It's definitely going to be more. And I'm sure you guys probably heard about confirmed sequels and stuff like that with the actors signing up to replay their roles. And as far as the acting goes, I think it's pretty good. I liked it. And just all the character designs and just uh, the way things are done from the games and the fatalities and just the blood, the gore, and some of the signature moves. You're just not even just the fatalities. That you're gonna pick up on some of those signature moves that certain characters do against their enemies and during the fights. And just when you start the movie, you just get hooked because it just gets right into the action. It gets emotional. I'll just say that as far as that goes, and then it's just gonna be all types of different action, just getting to know this character Cole Young and his story and just his legacy and of his past and what he's trying to do. You get to see him really just train himself up and become a mighty warrior, I'll say, and just a worthy fighter to be able to take on Shang Tsung and everybody else and all the other villains that you guys will be able to spot in this movie. But that's everything I can possibly say as far as the story, because I don't want to just spoil it and give everything away. So it's really difficult to really try to mention certain things that happens to certain characters, who dies and stuff like that. I'm not going to tell you guys that, and who didn't make it going towards the end and stuff like that, and what's going to happen next, and maybe some upcoming fighters that we got to see going towards the end. So you definitely want to watch this movie in full, and you'll be in for a nice little surprise going towards the end of the movie. But I didn't see any I was gonna say end game. I didn't see any end credit scene. So you'll definitely get a teaser going towards the end of the movie. What we're going to see next and who we're possibly going to be able to see next in the upcoming Mortal Kombat movie. But this is a movie for anyone out there. I just definitely recommend it. And another character I want to bring up so badly, he was just such a beast in this movie, and just the things that he did, and just seeing all the things that they're capable of. And even if you have trouble spotting some of the characters and figuring out who's who, you're going to be able to recognize them based on their superpowers and their abilities or what they showcase against during the fights and all that stuff. So Cole Young is, just like I said, Cole Young is the new character for the series. He never was in the video games at all. He is just the chosen guy from the beginning, and you get to really, just like I mentioned, you just really get to see him grow and become a worthy fighter and just evolve and just gain his abilities and his will to fight. So what can I say about this movie that's bad? I couldn't really possibly think of it, because this is a game for for all gamers out there. And if you know the series and you like action and gore and stuff like that, even if you don't know anything about Mortal Kombat, I think this is going to be a good movie for you if you love action and just all the blood, guts, and all the blood squirting and stuff like that. So I just really enjoyed it for what it is. I definitely recommend it. I think it blows the other one out of the water for sure. The old original movie that some of you guys probably watched, and compared to other video game movies, I think this is one of my favorites, along with Sonic, just like I mentioned. So I definitely recommend it to everyone out there. It gets a 5 out of 5 for me. And I think the only people, the sort of type of audience that probably wouldn't like this is if they don't really play games, if they don't like gore, and maybe it makes them cringe a little bit when they see this kind of stuff that happens, and the fatalities. It makes you want to look away and cover your eyes, and you just want to leave the room. And maybe it might take your appetite away or something like that. But that, I just say maybe those type of people, for that particular audience, will probably want to go watch something else, and especially if they don't like video games and they don't play games like Mortal Kombat, and they have a different taste or a preference for their games, and they probably stayed away from Mortal Kombat. So that's all I can really say about the movie without trying to give too much away. But I definitely enjoyed it. I had a blast watching it, and I'm definitely going to watch it again later again. Just for the fun of it, and just to watch it and just re-experience all the different the action and all the things that go on.